Alright, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing the post-exploitation basics on offensive security learning path within Try-Hack-Me. So it should be a pretty good one here. I had a lot of fun doing this box. I've done it before. Just about to just do it again. So we completed the first part of it, which is deploy the machine. Alright, then we have enumeration with power view. So we do get the password, username and password here that we can use, right? PowerView is a powerful PowerShell script from PowerShell Empire that can be used for enumerating domains. So first thing we want to do, Pentesting, So first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and get into PowerShell or get a PowerView over into our directory here. So let me see here. I got the Admin Cyber 3 here, right? Let me clear that out, clear this out. Let me go on CD back to desktop. CD desktop Try-Hack-Me learning pass offensive pen testing. Clear that out. Stack LA, and we don't have any power view or anything like that in here yet. So if we go ahead and we do a locate power view, we can see this. Now we do have a power view PS1 like right here that's in PowerShell Empire, just like I said in the first place. But we can also do a locate, and all those is going to work power view like this. And as you can see, locate does actually do it by case sensitive. So we also have one user share Windows resources PowerSploit Recon Power View PS1. So if you never downloaded Empire, I believe PowerSploit comes with this. Yeah, this definitely comes with it. Kali Linux. But if you never download anything with Empire or anything like that, you just go ahead and you can use locate for power view and just try it with a capital P and V and with a lowercase, things like that. That can help you out. So let's go ahead and copy one of those over here. Let's go ahead and copy this one like right here over. And now we do LSAC LA. We should have power view in here, which we do. Power view PS1. Alright, from here we have to get in the machine, which we can SSH into the machine. Let's just go ahead and SSH. And we are going to, it's administrator, right? Yep. Administrator at the IP address. And before I even SSH in this guy, we should probably do some type of, make this a little more realistic. We'll do a mmap scan on him. Show that port 22 is up and running. We also have 139.445, so you might want to do some SMB enumeration there. 3389, so we do have a remote desktop DNS server here, so it's most likely a domain controller because we do have a DNS server here. Alright, so that's something to look into. So let's go ahead and SSH into administrator since we do have that password. And it's going to be capital P @ $$W capital W 0RD. Alright, and we are now in there as the domain controller, so we can do an ID. Is it ID or who am I? Who am I? And we have controller administrator. We do a who am I / privs. Who am I / privs, I believe it is, or is it priv? There we go. Who am I / priv. A lot of stuff in here actually enabled. We could do impersonate privilege, print spoofer, like right there for that one. We could do a lot of stuff in here. I'm sure if we actually just set this at interpreter, we'll be able to very quickly be able to do a get system and get right in. But we're not going to be doing that today. We're going to be working within PowerShell. So let's go ahead and check out what we're supposed to do here. So to start PowerShell, we have to do a PowerShell attack EP bypass. Alright, EP bypass is execution policy of PowerShell allowing you to easily run scripts. Let me go ahead and actually take a print screen of all this too, just so I have that for in here. We'll say login credentials. Alright, then from here we'll say power view PS1. And the very first thing we have to do is that PowerShell EP bypass. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll do a PowerShell attack EP bypass. And this will load up PowerShell, so we should say like a PS. Yep, there we go. So now we are now into PowerShell, right? throw that in there. And I'm also going to throw in the little thing of why we're going to run that right there, just so I can have that for my notes. Alright, cool. So now it actually wants to start PowerView and then go to downloads PowerView PS1. So if you get in a machine, it's probably not going to have PowerView just sitting in downloads, right? So let's go ahead and run a wget on PowerShell. So I left this guy up and running. I left this website up just because it did take me a minute to be able to figure this out. It takes me a minute every single time. So let's go ahead and get a Python server up and running. So we'll do a Python 3 TACM HTTP server for port 80, right? So I'm going to grab my IP address here. Do an ifconfig, grab my IP address for ton 0. Alright, and what we're going to do is we are going to do an Invoke Web Request. So we're going to bring it back to ourselves. Let's go ahead and CD in the desktop, which we should be able to do. Yep, we can. Alright, dir, nothing in here, right? dir, nothing. I don't think ls-la works in here, does it? Yeah, ls, does that work in here? It does. Alright, so nothing in there. So let's do an invoke tac web request. Web request tac URI. And PowerShell does have a tab feature. It's just not as good. I don't feel like it's as good as the Linux one. Okay, tac URI. We're going to do HTTP. Jeez, there we go. Alright, and we are looking for PowerView PS1.ps1, right? And then from here we're going to do an out file, and that's going to equal, we'll say PowerView.ps1. And we grabbed it. Alright, we can see from down here it did get it. So let's go ahead and do a dir, and we now have PowerView PS1 up here. So now we can run it like that. So if a machine doesn't have it on there, we can always do an Invoke Web Request, which is pretty much a wget. So if we do a wget also, I believe it's the same exact thing. Yep, we do. Okay, so we can actually get the same exact thing with wget. I don't know if I need to do like a wget tac URI like that. If I just do like the rest of this, if that'll work, let's see. And I'll change this like PowerView1.ps1. See if that works. And it does, yes. So we can also go ahead and remove. Okay. I always forget. Oh, delete. That's why. del PowerView1.ps1. There we go. Alright, cool. No, I do not. Fishy, whatever. Alright. So now we can go ahead and run that PowerView. They always say to run it with a period, then period slash PowerView PS1. And that'll be able to run it. Let's go ahead and run it, see what happens here. Okay. We did not get any errors, so it did run. So, cool. Awesome. Great. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and actually also grab this like right here and show that, hey, we got PowerView onto here. Okay. Then from here, we ran PowerView, which, as long as you don't get any errors, it's good to go. There we are. So, yeah, I didn't want to go into downloads and do it like that and already have it on the machine because it's not gonna be that easy ever. If it is, then you got another problem here. So now, after we use PowerView, there's commands that we can actually use with it now. So we can look up like PowerView commands. PowerView commands. Okay. We also have PowerView 3.0 tips, things like that. Bunch of stuff in here that we can run. Alright, bunch of different stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what the next part is. We have a enumerate the domain users. We can get net user, select CN. Let's make it prettier, select CN. Alright, so we can go ahead and do that. Okay, so we see that we do have a Kerberos ticket granting ticket user. We also have a service user, and we also have a flag is one of the users. So it looks like we have, I've hit a flag, okay, it looks like that. What is a shared folder that is not set by default? I don't know. Yeah, so we could probably get that though. Figure that out, how to look up shared folders on PowerView. So how to look up shared folders on PowerShell. PowerShell get list of folders shared. We'll probably look at that. File server, read host, file server, write host file. Get WMI object, we try something like this. Try this. Obviously we can't use that crypto.com. We should just be able to just view. Powershell is not able to use Smb protocol. Okay. We do net view. Please do that. Net view. Is that like a thing? I'm not saying it's not a thing. Alright, those are the servers work group is not currently available. What if we do like an Smb client attack out for the IP address? Actually, I think that Smb version 1 is disabled, so that's not going to work for us either. Looks like we can do like a getnet group to look at all the admin groups and everything. Looks like we can do that. Okay, let's go ahead and look into the 3.0 tips, and we'll look for share, I guess. Find interesting domain share file. Old invoke file finder. Password convert to whatever. Credential, new object. Okay. Oh wow, that's it, huh? Find interesting domain share file. Domain, then credentials. So I guess it wants something like this, huh? And the domain's going to be controller, I believe. So I think it wants something like that, where domain is going to be a controller. The credentials is going to be that. That did not work. I didn't think it would. Not recognized as commandlet. Ah, yes. Alright. So that one, like right there, didn't work. Now we're just trying to figure out how to actually find an Smb share on here. Vote Kerberos, domain user. Alright, so get file share, storage, Microsoft Docs. Get file share. Name, unique ID. Or if we just do like a get file share and that's it. Let's see what's shared. Okay, here we go. So we got admin, net login, share. That's one of them, sys volume. So I'm going to go with share is probably not supposed to be in there. Is that correct? Yep, okay. What operating system is running? Now this one does take me a minute every single time the operating system, just kind of like that share one does, just because like there's different commands to do it, and different stuff you'll get with each command. So it's kind of actually a pain. I did save this page for a reason. How to get the operating system? Maybe it's that. I don't know. Operating system server get ag computer my server. I don't think that was it. Determine the operating system version. Looking for PowerShell. Use PowerShell find operating system. Okay, this isn't doing anything for me. This kind of froze like right here. Like we broke it. We broke it. Now I know on that one also they do give you a way to be able to find it in the hint. I was trying to see if we can get anything in here online, because there is a hint for this one and it's pretty easy. Getting that computer full data. There we go. Operating system. This one's much easier than what they want you to actually do. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close this terminal out. We're going to SSH right back into it again. SSH administrator at saving the correct IP address. Yep, it is. We'll do password PASSW0RD. Alright, cool. PowerShell Attack Ep Bypass. Spelled. Oh, okay, cool. Actually took that. I'll trust that took that. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that. Getting that computer full data, select operating system. Just have to have like a space trim on that. This says, I know that this has worked before. Attack full data, select. Oh, because I don't get to the CD and desktop. And, excuse me. Oof, man, big sneeze. Alright, CD desktop, period, slash, power view. And then getting that computer full data, because that's for power view, like right there. So we can go ahead and do that. Boom. And from here, because I did find other ways to be able to find it and stuff, but it was mostly like it never actually gave me what this guy was looking for, like the Windows 10 Enterprise Evaluation Edition. It mostly just gave me Server 2019. So let's go ahead and copy this down. We'll go ahead and throw that into here. And there we go. So now we got enumeration with Bloodhound. Alright, so if you've never downloaded Bloodhound before, you can do a sudo apt install Bloodhound. But you also need to install Neo 4j console. So first thing that we actually have to do is we have to actually do a sudo Neo 4j console. Okay. Next thing we have to do is a sudo Bloodhound. I actually don't know if this one even needs sudo. There we go. If this is the first time logging in, it's going to be Neo 4j, Neo 4j. Okay, then it'll prompt you to change the password. And we are logged in, right? Cool. Now, here's the issue with this one, like right here. If you try to import anything, you're probably going to get a JSON error. So I'm going to show you what I did to be able to get this graph over here. So, as you can see, it wants us to do a whole bunch of stuff. Run Bloodhound, user sign-in, credentials, and everything. But what we have to do is we have to use something called sharphound, which will then give us the JSON files to put into Bloodhound. So this is how we install it. There we go. Okay. And then we have Powershell Ep Bypass. We've already done that. And then we have our sharphound. So let's go ahead and do our Invoke Web Request again. Right. Do I still have that one on here? Is that guy still on here? Invoke Web Request. wget. Yep. So let's go ahead and see if I can locate sharphound. And we can. Let's copy one of these over. Okay, there's a sharphound exe, sharphound ps1. So we'll go ahead and copy over that one. It's right here. And now we can take this guy and say, hey, you are now going to be sharphound. Sharphound, boom, boom, boom. Out file, sharphound.ps1. And this is what we can use with Bloodhound. So it looks like it's getting it. Alright, cool, cool, cool. It's going to take a minute. And we got it. Alright, awesome. So we did that again, right? Bam. Let me go ahead and put this into my post exploitation sharphound.ps1. Okay. From here, what we can do is we can now run it. So we also want to do a period slash sharphound.ps1. He just ran. He ran okay because we didn't get any errors. Then we're going to do this invoke bloodhound collection method all domain controller.local zip file, and we're going to name it loot.zip. Okay. So domain is controller because we were actually told at the very beginning that hey, the domain name is controller. There's also ways you can also look that up by the domain name and everything. But quick Google search will tell you that one. So let's go ahead and run him. Right, bam. And now let's go make a file called loot.zip. Now this loot.zip file will most likely, let me make sure I don't have any loot.zip in here. Alright, cool. So this loot.zip file has just been made. If I do a dir, we see that I now have that loot.zip file. Now what I have to do is I want to SCP this over. So from the PowerShell to myself through SCP. Okay, so to be able to do this, I first have to do a system ctl status ssh. And mine's active. You may have to start it. You may have to do a system ctl start ssh. Okay. Mine's active. I'm good. So now what we need to do is we need to bring him over to us. We're going to do SCP, and I always forget how to do SCP, and I think I actually left it up here for myself. Did I? Of course I didn't. No. Okay, that's okay. So let's go ahead and do a SCP from Windows to Linux. There we go. SCP, how to SCP from Windows to Linux. There we go. Alright. So that's how I do the system CTL stuff, because when you very first try, it's not going to work. Okay, so we want SCP. Okay, cool. So we're going to SCP that guy right there. Alright, we're going to SCP him. We're going to do a space. Do it big like real quick. Space Cali at here, right? And then what is our path to there, right? So colon, and then our path. Colon, and our entire path is right here. Let's go ahead and try that. And we will hit enter, and let's see if that works. Yes. Cali. Okay, looks like something worked, huh? LSAC LA, and we do have it. So now what you're supposed to do is put this loot.zip file into here. So you're supposed to do an import graph. We're supposed to be able to find it, right? So you go other locations, computer, home, Cali, desktop, right? Try hack me, wherever you put it at. Learning pass, offensive pen testing. And then we finally get to here, we get that loot. And it's going to say bad JSON file. I've been having this problem with this guy for a while now. But what we can do is we can actually upload data. Now the only thing is we won't be able to, continue to get that data. So it's going to upload all this information. Once it uploads all this, you will get the information within here. But remember, this is, like kind of like a snapshot almost now. All right. So that upload is done, and you'll get all of this information like this. Now once you get all of this, we can start to look at it and find different things. All right, we can start to look at it and try to, let's see here, find the shortest path to domain admins for own principals, shortest path to high value targets. Let's try that. Controller.local. Do we have any high value targets? There you go. Okay, this is going to start getting real crazy. Okay, so list all Kerberosable accounts. Right, so we got SQL service and Kerberos ticket granny ticket at controller.com. So we have quite a few, we can do quite a few things in here. Now, let me go ahead and grab that SCP that I did. Let me go ahead and grab all the stuff because I didn't put down any of this because I'm not smart. I'm not smart at all. There we go. Okay, so we did that. There we go. I'll grab you. Bam. Throw you over here. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab that SCP. Bam. Throw that over there. Alright, cool. So there's a couple guys like right there. Find domain admin logins to non-domain controllers. Alright, none in there. Find computers unsupported operating systems, probably gonna be none. Find AS rep roastable users. Don't record, okay, none. Find dangerous rights for domain users groups. I feel like we should have quite a few in there. No, nothing, okay. Find all paths for domain users to high value targets. Nothing in there. Source path for owned principals. Wow. Map domain trust. Now I just look like an asshole. I want to why because there's no one else. Yeah, there's no one else on this network. That's why. So there we go. Okay. So there's a lot of things that you can do with this guy. When you start going through this, it will ask you different questions. Alright, so this is like, so what service is also a domain admin, right? So we can look at domain admins, find all domain admins, and we can see that we have domain admins.controller. Alright, we have administrator here. Okay, we have admin 2. We have SQL service. SQL service is a service that's also domain admin. Right, then the next one is list all Kerberosable accounts. There we go. There's 2 of them like right there. Alright, so let's keep moving on. Dumping hashes with Mimikats. Alright, so let's go ahead and load Mimikat or copy Mimikats now. So if you didn't know this, Mimikatz is part of Well, it's obviously part of Kali Linux, but it's not only on interpreter, it's also a executable. So we can actually do a, do I actually have Mimikat still in here? Nope. Okay, cool. So go ahead and locate Mimikats. Mimikats.exe. We do have it there. Alright, we can go ahead and stop. We'll go ahead and stop this Bloodhound and everything, get stuff out of the way for you guys. This Neo4j console and everything like that. He's stopping. Alright, cool. And let's go ahead and look at this Mimikats, and let's go ahead and grab one of these guys, right? 64-bit. So we'll grab him. I'm just thinking because Windows 10 Enterprise Edition, I'm thinking 64-bit. I could always look it up, obviously, but we're just gonna, we're just gonna go for it. So go ahead and copy that guy over to here. And from here, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do another Invoke Web Request again. So there we go, Invoke Web Request. This one is Mimikats, right? Mimikats.exe. And we are sending over Mimikats.exe. Looks like he got him. And he's getting him like right now. So once he obviously take a minute. It's a pretty big guy. Okay. And I'll go ahead and start this guy and say Mimikats. Now, there's a lot of things you could do with the Mimikats. Google a lot of it, so we're really worried about too much. With hey, we're gonna go through the simpler stuff, and you can use Hashcat if you want. Or you can always just use John the Ripper. But we're gonna go ahead and we are going to do a privilege debug, right, for Mimikats. Sure that the output is privilege 20 OK, and that's a big part of it. Privileg privilege debug. Oh, I was probably period slash Mimikats, right? There we go. Then we'll do a privilege debug. There we go, and we do need that privilege 20 OK. Sure that says that. And that's just to make sure that you have the proper rights for everything. From here we can do an Lsa dump. So an Lsa dump, Lsa patch, dump those hashes, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that Lsa dumping right there, and we do get a bunch of NTLM hashes. Right? Awesome. Easy day, right? So now he's got to look through and say, hey, which ones he wants to crack, all that good stuff. Obviously, in real life, you'd be trying to crack all of them. If this is like a real, penetration test or whatever, you always be trying to crack all of them, find the simple password, stuff like that. But we are going to try to do what is machine 1 password and what is machine 2 hash. So let's go ahead and head back into here. We'll try to find machine 1. So there's machine 1. Let's go ahead and grab him. And I think I have to actually do a locate john.pot because I think it's already in there. We'll move tacrf home Kali john.pot. Then we can go ahead and do a nano hash.text. Okay. From here we can do a John hash.text. Tac word list is going to be rocku.text. Alright. And tac format is going to equal NT. And it immediately finishes with password 1. So it says that's password 1. See if that's correct. And that is correct. So now what is the machine 2 hash? Let's try to find it for machine 2. Alright, pass it. Machine 2 hash right here. Cool. You can always try to crack this one too. But it's password 2. Alright, golden ticket attacks with Mimikat. So we aren't actually going to be able to do a golden ticket attack on this one. I highly suggest that you set up your own Active Directory lab. If you don't know how to, watch the Cyber Mentor. He has a great video on setting up your own, but I highly suggest you set up your own and do this. We can't do a gold ticket in here because it's not an actual network. So there's only one machine. So there isn't tickets to go around. Okay. So there we go. Alright. Now it wants us to connect with RDP, but we don't need to connect with RDP. Because it says, what is the SQL service password? I'm pretty sure we should have gotten that. We can find those people's passwords. There's domain controller. Let me see here. We should be able to find it. We don't need to remote desktop into this guy. So definitely did it without doing it like that before. I just don't remember how I actually did it, but we can actually drop that SQL service. We can get his password in other ways. We don't need to do his remote desktop and use what is it, event viewer. I think we can actually look at event viewer or event logs in PowerShell. I think that's how I did it. So let me go ahead and see if I can remember how to do this. So how to use or how to view event logs in PowerShell. He wants us to view event logs, find the hash, and then go like that. So how do you check event logs in PowerShell? But then I thought to myself, like, well, we don't need a remote desktop into it. We should just be able to just look at it. I figured, you know, I mean, I don't know, but I just kind of figured that when I very first did this guy. So we're still at Mimikat. Go and exit out of there. Actually, no, we can't yet. Can we? Yeah, we can. Okay, cool. And then let me just go ahead and do a print screen of John the Ripper to show that. Yep, sure enough, we cracked it. All right, and now we're going to do a event log. So we can exit off here, and I believe we can do that. Get event log list, maybe. What we got here? All right, Active Directory, Windows PowerShell, DNS, security. So what can we do? Get win event list log, star. What is this? What do you do for us? Nothing that I want. I'll tell you that much right now. Event viewer. Checking login, log out time with PowerShell. I don't know what's that. So I feel like we can definitely look at the event log. Or we can also probably drop service passwords PowerShell. PowerShell script to replace credentials when a service. Or maybe like a hash dump or something like that. Can I do something like that? If I go back into Mimikat, can I do a hash dump? Can I do that? I don't think I'm doing it right because I'm not doing it like how you're supposed to do it on Windows or whatever. But I know we can actually do this. That's Lsa Dump. We already did that. And what I want to do now is I want to just pull a list of all users. Okay. Some sysadmins don't realize that attack. Oh, that's what I want to look at. I want to look at the description. How to view service descriptions. Descriptions in PowerShell. Get service. Okay, let's do a get service. Get service. Can I do that? And do we have SQL service in here? How about that? Not like right there. I want to be able to get the view the service description. How to view service descriptions on PowerShell. How to view, let's say, SQL service descriptions on PowerShell. No, that's not gonna. That's a bad one. How to view service descriptions on PowerShell. So I feel like I should be able to see something I've already clicked on before. How to read maybe user descriptions on PowerShell. How to view user descriptions on PowerShell. Something like that. How to display description attribute a user's account. Okay, get AD user command lets determine whose accounts are disabled. The description attribute a user's account is not showing up and only reads the get AD user. Search base filter. Shit. Why do we got all these OUs equals OU equals OU equals OU? We have all that. What are you for? Yeah, didn't think that was gonna work. Let's go ahead and get rid of this search base. Okay, so let's just look at that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this filter. Got a wall filter. Damn it. Let's just get AD user. Can we just do that? No, I don't want it. Okay. Powershell change that directory user description field. Get AD user partner. So note there's a way to be able to do this. How to list all user accounts on Windows system using PowerShell. The user specific field. Okay. Sure, that's a lie. Damn. So hoping that would work. I don't remember how I actually did this, but I don't want to remote desktop into it. I don't want to filter. I don't like you, PowerShell. That's why nobody uses you. That's why there's more crap on the internet for PowerShell than anything else. Because nobody knows how you work. View. Let's see here. Navigate tools down, select that directory, use your computers. Because what will happen is you have to get a description. It'll actually say the password in there. So I want to try to read SQL service description. We did something at the very beginning that shows all the users, right? Upload Power View actually shows all the users, right? And we saw this group name admin. Now can we go like a bit further and get like description? View user descriptions. PowerShell. PowerShell script to display information about active directory users. I remember it not being this difficult last time I did this, but I feel like I asked the question better, you know. Fuck. One of the worst I've ever seen. SQL servers, okay. What we got here? We got description in here. Distinguished name, enabled, given name, name. Not really seeing, no, SAM account, surname, user principal name. Thought that might have done it. Get Active Directory user is that. Now I want to look at his description. How the heck do I look at that? Employee info. Still not seeing any description here. Specific description field. Let's see if I can put something else into here. We got where description. View user description PowerShell. Description attribute changes. Unable to get description output. Get AD user. Okay, let's see our output. Okay, I want description 1. Attack identity user properties description. Maybe something like that. Just a quick little properties description, bam, and there we go. Okay, so we can do it like that also. Did that take longer than remote desktop into it? Yes, it did. Will it take longer next time? No, it will not. Alright, cool. Let me go ahead and rename this guy to description. Getting description. Alright, cool. This is an actual thing right here, where people put the password in the description because they don't think that users can actually see it or other people can see it, things like that. They obviously can, and you can pull it down just like we just did, like right there. So that's not the best way to do it. Alright, last thing is maintaining access. What it wants to do here is run a interpreter or an MSF vetum. Okay, obviously an interpreter. I'm not going to do that. I've done it many times before. I've shown it many times, so I'm not going to go through and show that again. And then we have our conclusion, and that's to maintain persistence, things like that. Then we have our conclusion, and that is going to be it for post-exploitation basics. So like I said, I had a lot of fun doing this room. I had a lot of fun doing it the second time also. That was, I mean, I do enjoy that room, and I'm pretty excited. I think next year I'll be taking the PNPT, so the Professional Network Penetration Testers exam. I want to be taking that next year. It'll be like April, something like that. March, April, May time frame, and I'm super excited for that. So yeah, that'll be about it. We have just a couple things left. We have hacking with PowerShell and Corp, or Core, whatever you want to call it, and we will be doing those two, and that will be it for offensive security. So that's exciting. We're almost done with this. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and yeah, have a good one. All right. So as you can see, we got you guys are looking at the full screen right now, seeing everything. So we're going to be doing some more offensive pen testing, and we're looking at Attackive Directory today. So I already did this one. Done this one a while ago. Went through, did it again like real quick. We won't be doing anything with Bloodhound, although if you never used Bloodhound before, I would highly suggest you use it and you try it. Everything like that, and actually, get on there and actually figure out how to use Bloodhound, because it is actually a really, really good tool to use. So really is great. From there, we have we're going to have Impacket, which obviously if you don't have Impacket, go ahead and install that, and that's going to be one of the big ones that we use today. If you have the new Kali Linux, I'm pretty sure it already comes with Impacket also, the newest version of it. So the very first thing is we're going to go ahead and do a port scan of this guy. We're going to try not to follow the instructions as much. Mmap, tac, boom, boom, boom. We'll do something like that. Do attack PN because I believe this is a Windows machine. We can see, yeah, we got 3389 up, port 80. I mean, we got quite a few things up, and we also have SMB up, like right there. Let's go ahead and do an enum for Linux. The IP address. We're gonna go ahead and try to see if we can find anything in here, and that is one of the very first things that they do ask us to do is an enum for Linux. So go ahead and let that guy run. While that guy's running, we go ahead and try to just do like the SMB Client type of thing that we do. SMB Client, TAC-L. See if there's anything in there. For 1.101, see if we can get in first. Not as long as it's successful, but then no work group available. So nothing in there for us to actually be able to see, but it was successful. Yeah, enum for Linux, it comes back. It doesn't really give us too much stuff in here. It's not really too good of information. I did try also to do like the mmap scripts with it for like user enumeration, things like that. Couldn't really get anything really good out of it. So the only thing I really got off here was domain name was tryhackme Active Directory AD, like right there, and that's really the only thing that you actually get from that part of this. Because enum for Linux allows you to enumerate it. Most for the top level domain, people commonly use for Active Directory is .local. That's usually what happens. And this is spookysec.local also. So I wonder if we actually put this guy into our sudo nano etc host. If we actually put this guy in as spookysec 10.10 1.101 spookysec.local, what if we actually do that and actually run enum for Linux on SpookySec now? SpookySec.local, if that'll change anything. We'll see if that changes anything at all about it. And I definitely forgot to even get my cherry tree up and running here, so let's go ahead and get this guy back up and running. We'll do a file, new instance, whoopsie daisy. Go ahead and do this guy will do attackive directory. Alright, cool. We'll go ahead and drop him in there, just like that. There we go. So we'll start off with mmap, enum for Linux. Now let's keep going from there. So gotta redo that mmap scan again. Enum for Linux seems to have the same problems that did before. Alright, we just see attempting SpookySec.local now, so not really getting anything good out of there. That's okay though. We do find a domain name in here. I'm just gonna say, hey, the main thing we found was domain name. Other than that, not much. Enum for Linux did not give us too much. However, we did find the domain name. This guy isn't really for enum for Linux or getting in like that or anything like that. It's more for Impacket and EvilWinRM. So there we go. Alright, so that was about it for SMB portion of it, like right there. Now we're going to start enumerating users via Kerberos. So we do see port 88. Is that open? Let's go ahead and try a Rust scan. Well, we can go ahead and see if port 88 is open. Attack P88, because that's usually Kerberos, and it is open. So we can see that Kerberos is open. So yeah, we're getting that. So you know, that's something that we gotta look at, like right there. Let's go ahead and do a Kerberos, or attacking Kerberos. We'll go ahead and start on this guy. So very first thing is you do have to download a user list and a password list. Alright. The password list I actually have sitting over on my Windows machine. User list is still on here. So if I go ahead and I do a cat user password cd into attackive directory, cat user list. Here's my user list, and I can also cat that password list. But I also have the password list over on my my Windows machine in my hashcat, like right there. So we'll see that here in a minute. Alright, so we have what command with kerbroot will allow us to enumerate valid usernames. Let's go ahead and locate kerbroot first. Kerbroot. Okay, so we see that's in home Kali kerbroot utilities, home Kali dist. We actually want to go to dist for distribution. So we're going to cd, or we can just, yeah, we're going to cd into home Kali kerbroot distribution. If I do an ls-la, you see that all these are executable. I utilize Linux AMD 64. So if I do a / that, alright, I can just go ahead and do a help, and we can see that user enum will allow us to enumerate usernames, right? So from there, it's then saying what notable service account is discovered. So let's go ahead and do a / that, okay? User enum. What is the domain controller, right? DC for domain controller. Okay, as we can see, DC. Domain controller, we can either do SpookySec.local or the 10.10.1.101. The domain is SpookySec.local. And we are looking for a user list, right? So we gotta do a home Kali desktop try hack me learning pass. Where's that user list at? Pretty much learning pass. Offensive pen testing, attacking directory, user list.txt, and we'll do 100 threads on that guy. Let's go ahead and run him, and as you see, we start getting some stuff here. Now, this is a hash. This is a, Kerberos hash. We're not going to be using that. Okay, that's not a good hash, like right there. That's not one that we want to use, alright? So, we're going to actually grab a hash from somewhere else, and we'll go ahead and utilize it from somewhere else, because that hash will give us a lot of problems. Also, remember, this is a Windows box, so it doesn't care if it's all capital or lowercase, things like that. It doesn't care about things like that. So you're going to see these guys come through a couple different ways, which is okay. We'll say, okay, cool. It looks like we have enough. We have an administrator, we have SVC admin, we have a backup there. Backup's a big one. That's a kind of a weird one. So, looking through this, we have a service, SVC admin. So we do have a service on there, right? We have administrator, and we also have a backup, along with many different users. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead, and now we have that right. Let's go ahead and try to use try to use Impacket get NP users. There we go. I was getting confused there. Utilize Impacket get NP users to actually be able to drop the hash that we want. Okay. So let's go ahead and locate Impacket. Locate Impacket. Right. And the ones that I always use for my Impacket, they're pretty much all in the same spot. You know, user, share, responder, tools, whatever. We can also just try to locate get NP. So we can locate get NP like that. We can see, you know, they're in quite a few different places. The ones that I really like to use are right in here. Non-user share, all that stuff. It's in Home Kali Impacket Build Scripts 2.7. That's like where most of my stuff is at. So if I go ahead and I CD back into, yep, right there. Okay, my Impacket directory. I can do a Python, okay, for Impacket Build Scripts 2.7. Then from here we're going to do get NP users. Okay, get NP users.py. And let's see what we're supposed to put in there for it. Okay, so we have our get NP users here. We do need a domain IP. We're probably going to do a no pass because we had that service admin, and up here it's showing that he's pretty much logging in. So we're probably going to use that service admin, no pass, and then just put in DCIP, just the domain controller IP address of 10.10.100 or 10.10.101.1.101. There we go. So let's go ahead and try that. So we're going to go ahead and do a we'll do a Python, whoops, down here, Python, yep, get np users.py. Okay, from there we're going to do a tac no pass, I think it is, right, tac no pass. Okay, then we'll do a no pass for, it's for SVC admin, which I'm pretty sure I need to actually put the user in there somehow. Users file, we could do users file, but we don't really need that. Just trying to remember exactly how I put this in before. I always get these kind of things messed up. No pass, maybe for SVC, maybe just do a tac DCIP 10.10.1.101. Can I just do that? I feel like I need to put an SVC admin. No pass, like a user. Or maybe it's like SVC admin. Admin at that. Some of that. Nope. NP users. Hashcat. We could always do a user's file. But we got no pass. DC IP address. Boom, boom. Let's try it like this. SVC admin. Can we do something like that? Domain should be specified. Okay, what is domain? So maybe tac D, or what we got up here? Hashes, no pass, domain controller IP address. This is no pass, user file, users.text. Maybe something like that. Yeah, you need to do like spookysec.local or something like that. See if I type it in down here or something. See if this guy can figure it out. If I did a Python, boom, that's how I did before. Okay. Yep, it is spookysec.local. So if we do a DCIP, no pass, yep. Spookysec. I told you I'd figure it out. It's so long. spookysec.local/SVC admin. Okay. This time I got quotation marks around it. I did no pass. Last time I did not. We'll see if this one works. And it does. Okay, so we got the ticketing ticket for SVC admin. Alright. Cool. So we have his newest ticket, because on the other one it looked like we had an old ticket or something. I don't know what that was, but it looked like we had something old. So let's go ahead and keep going with this. Tag Kerberos. Get NP users. There we go. Okay, get NP users.py. And from here we can now take this, right, and we can throw this into a file. Alright, on Windows. Let's go into Windows and we'll go into hashcat. From here I'm going to go into kerhash, which is just the Kerberos hash for me. Delete this whole thing. Delete that whole guy. We'll do a Control V, home, and I wanted everything. I wanted this part too, so let me go ahead and grab this. I'll throw this into there also. And we're going to be using 18,200. Now if you don't remember, you can always look up at the hashcat site, look for KRB as rep, okay? And we can look it up like that, alright? So it all depends, you know, 23, not 18 or whatever, remember 23. So we can look it up a bunch of different ways, and then hashcat can actually tell us, hey, this is which one you want to use for that from their site. But we are going to be using 18,200, which is Kerberos 5 AsRep E-type 23. If we actually look at the hint here, it actually gives us the actual site for it, which is pretty nice. So if we do a right in there, and there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and actually grab that and just say, hey, we'll say get NP users, cracking hash. We'll say, hey, there you go. There's the hashcat thing. We'll go in here, boom, okay. From here we can do we can look at the very beginning of this guy, KRB as rep, something like that maybe. Maybe we just want to look at $23. Okay, there we go, 18,200. So there it is. That's what we're looking for, like right there, right? Because that's exactly what our hash looks like. So cool. Okay, and we'll go ahead and we'll throw that into here also, just so I can say, yep, that's how you find it. Now we already put that hash into the notepad, right? Let's go ahead and do a Control S there. Let me go ahead and go into command prompt. I'm just going to press up. So I'm already right where I need to be at, right? So I'm already in C users, Ryan, OneDrive, desktop, hashcat 6.2.4. This is on my Windows machine. That's why I had it just opened at first. Hashcat.exe, tag M is 18,200. kerhash.txt, alright, and then password list.txt, which is the password list that they gave us in the beginning. Alright, that password list, I said, hey, go ahead and download this along with the users list. This is the password list. If I hit enter, hopefully it cracks something. We'll find out here in a second. It did. It says cracked, and we do get it cracked like right there. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and copy down this command that I just did, which actually, since it's on Windows, was it Windows Shift P or something like that? Windows Shift, nope, Windows Shift S. Oh, Windows Shift S. See, I remember this stuff. Freaking genius, yo. Alright, let me go ahead and actually, I want the command, not just me just randomly, just random stuff. There we go. Boom. And I'll go ahead and go back into my Kali machine here and drop that into there. There we go. And back into my Windows machine, and we see, there we go, and whoa, bam. So management 2005 is the password. Alright, awesome. Let's go ahead and say, hey, we got the password is management 2005, right? And that was for SBC admin at spookysec.local. So now we're going to go back old school. Let's go ahead and do an Smb Client, right? And we're going to do a capital L, because we want to see what does SBC admin actually have, right? So capital U, alright, SBC admin. And we're going to do a little management 2005. They have SMB up and running. What is in there? And as we can see, we do have a backup that's in there. Alright, so we haven't even looked at anything else yet except for really SMB and aka also SMB, Kerberos, things like that. We haven't even looked at the website, which I'm pretty sure the website is actually just a Windows, like, hey, 10.10 1.101. It's just like a Windows IIS or something like that. Even if it, yeah, it is just IIS for Windows. Okay. From here, we do get this backup, which obviously as soon as you see that, that's like a red flag. Like, hey, what are you? So let's go ahead and delete that, and then do backup. And we'll do manage mint 2005. And it typed in the password wrong the first time. If we do a dir, we then get backup credentials.txt. Now I already have this, so I'm just going to go ahead. We would do a get, obviously, get backup credentials.txt. It would look like that, right? Let me go ahead and just print screen like this. So we'll do a get backup credentials.txt. And now once we get those backup credentials, we might be able to do something with that. We'll find out. Exit out of here, and then I'll go ahead and do a cat backup credentials.txt. And maybe I don't have it. Go ahead and grab that. There we go. Okay, and we get this guy right here. Let's go and echo him. There we go. Okay, echo that into a base 64 tag D, decode that, and we get this nice little backup at spookysec.local backup whatever. So now we can go ahead and try to do a, hey, we know there's a user backup. Can we put in this password right here? Now we try to attack him in other ways, and we cannot. Okay, so that doesn't really do much for me now, does it? So I get this nice little backup and everything, but I can't really do much more with it. Can I actually get into the file system though, into their actual system with that is the next question, right? So from here what we're going to look at is we are going to go ahead and see if we can actually hop into them. So if we come back over to our questions again, back to the basics, we already did all this, boom boom with Smb Client, domain privilege, right? So now we're going to go ahead and see, hey, what can we actually get out of here? So let's go ahead and locate secretsdump.py, and we can go ahead and use that same place I did before, home Cali, just like that. We'll do a Python secretsdump.py. I think I actually want to put that in the beginning. Boom, boom, boom. If we hit enter, he doesn't know what the heck I just typed in, so let's try that. Okay, cool. So we got a domain controller IP address. We have hashes. We have just DC. Extract only the NTDS DIT data, NTLM hashes, and Kerberos keys. Okay, let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and try to do something with that, and then I'll come over here and I'll do a secret dump.py. Alright, and we'll use that just DC like right there. So let's do a Python, right? Python, what is it? Impacket, build, scripts, what was that called? Secretsdump.py. Secretsdump.py, tag just DC, right? Just DC, and then what was the user I had up here, which was backup this, like right here. Okay. Let's go ahead and use him. Bring him all the way down, right? We'll do a backup, and then the password, right? 2517860, which was the password at the IP address. So if I go ahead and Control-Shift-V down here, we see we did a backup. Okay, that's the user, and then his password, and then at the IP address, right? So user, password at the IP address. Which you could have also done it at spookysec.local if we really want to. So we have a bunch of stuff going on, like right here. Kids are playing outside. You guys can hear that. So we have a bunch of things going on here, right? Let's go ahead and exit out here. We can actually, we got 488 over here open. That's the real question. No, I don't want to do that. Stop doing that. I just want to scroll up. Okay, that's annoying. I guess I can't scroll up, so we're just going to go ahead and clear that. You can be quiet. What's up? Yeah, you can. You also need to be quiet because Samuel's sleeping and you guys are screaming like a bunch of wild banshees. Alright, thank you. Alright, so we have the administrator was grabbed. A bunch of stuff was grabbed in here. So we have the administrator, right, and his NTLM hash, his NT hash like right there. We have SVC admin, we have backup. Let's go ahead and use that administrator one. That would be a good one to use, I think. And try to hop into him. Okay. I just told her to be quiet. She walks back outside and starts screaming. Well, I mean, come on now. Like, hey, Samuel's sleeping. Guess what? I got my scooter. It's like, oh my god.
He's awake.
Is he?
Yeah. And that's fine. She doesn't even get to play.
Oh, man. Alright, so there's our secrets dump.py, right? Boom, boom. And then we do have administrator. So let's go ahead and try to do that administrator hash. So we can use evil winrm to do that. So let's go ahead and locate evil winrm. Alright, we go ahead and use this guy like right here. And we're going to CD pretty much just going to use that guy right there. So we can do a CD into there. CD into there. Okay, period slash evil win rm. And from here, we can then do a hash, right? So capital H will actually allow us to do a hash or tac hash, a user, a password, things like that. Obviously, we don't have a password, we have a hash. We could always try to crack this hash, if that means it's an NTLM hash. But for the NT hash, first you grab just this side over here. Okay, so just the right side, right? So it's LMNT. That's how that works, right? That's why it's NTLM. So you can also do this with pass the hash. This is what we're going to be doing, is pass the hash like right now. And you can also do this with Metasploit, things like that, okay? Which I didn't try this guy with Metasploit yet, so maybe we'll try it with Metasploit after this. Alright, so from here, what we can do is we can go ahead and we have our remote host IP address. We can do a evil winrm, right? Evil winrm, tac I, the IP address of 10.10.1.101. The user, our user was administrator, right? And then a hash, right? So hash, and is that it? I think we just hit enter just like that, and I think that that's it, if I remember correctly. If it doesn't work the first time, do it a second time. It is. There we go. So we are now in their system. Can I do a who am I on PowerShell? Yep. So I'm now administrator on their system, right? Cool. Now I'm wondering, can I do pass the hash MSF console tac u? We're gonna try it over here too. Let me go ahead and clear this guy out, and we can go ahead and CD into period slash desktop. And if we do a dir, we can see that we can now do a type and then root.text. So we do type and then root.text, and then that will give us our that flag, right? Then we can go on cdc users svc admin / desktop, and then c backup, c users backup desktop. So they do say at the very beginning that all the files are like right there, back, so period back / backup. Is it backup or backup? I think it's just backup / desktop. If we go into MSF console over here, I want to try something real quick. If I do a search for PSEXEC, I believe it is. Alright, I think it's 10. Use 10. Look right there. That exploit Windows Smb PSEXEC. Let's go ahead and show options. Set our lhost to there. Set our SMB user to backup. Or no, excuse me, administrator. Administrator, and then set SMB pass to that. I'll try that like right there. Can I do pass the hash like that? Set SMB set our host 10.10.1.101. I'll try to run that like real quick. No, because he's running as the actual password. Let's search for pass. Okay. kind of want to do a pass the hash, and I know that there's a way. I think I actually need the whole thing if I do it this way, like right here. Use 10, or it might say hash. I wonder if it. Options. Is there a thing in here for hash? No. Smb domain. Password for the specified user. So we're done now, but I just wanted to mess around like a little bit with this other stuff, like right here. See if I can get it to pass the hash for this stuff. I've done it before with one of the try hack me's I've done before. Let's set the Smb pass. There we go. Something like that. Can I try that? And run it. And it looks like we're working this time. So, looking like we just got it through interpreter also. I don't know if it's looking like it. Okay, exploit complete when no session was created. Let's go ahead and set the payload to Windows x64. Shell reverse TCP like that. Then we'll go ahead and run it again. A lot of times we get that exploit complete when no session was created. A lot of times it's just because of wrong payload type, or it was like a it got antivirus or Windows Defender blocked you. If I'm trying to run an interpreter, that's most likely, you know, especially if I'm trying to run an interpreter like right there. Yeah, we're probably getting blocked somewhere, because I know EvilWinRM is much less likely to be caught than obviously Metasploit, interpreter, and all those. So but it is doing it with this. So if you were able to take down there, which I actually might be able to over here. Command line shut off Windows Firewall. Enable disable firewall from command line. There we go. Can do that. Okay. See what happens up here. Let's see if that did anything for that guy. I also want to see if EvilWinRM actually worked over here. Okay. EvilWinRM. There we go. And from here we'll go ahead and we'll copy this guy. Bam. Pass the hash with EvilWinRM. Okay. And then from here we go ahead and you can get different flags. Well, it looks like I did something, but it doesn't look like I did what I wanted to do, because he's still getting that up there. Alright, so from here, let's go ahead and, so I think we have firewalls off right now. Let's go ahead and domain network. Turn off the whole domain firewall. Can we do that? We are administrator. Private network. Turn off the private network. And then public network. It keeps saying okay. It's saying that I'm doing it. So we're turning off firewall for everything, it looks like. We can go ahead and try to actually create make a new user for RDP, Windows command line. Windows CLI, add user remote desktop group. No. There's a command line, add a new user account from command line. We can try that. So net user, username, password / add. So we would do like something like net user Ryan, password, we'll say password /add. We'll see if that works. It might say, hey, your password isn't strong enough. Command completed successfully. So now we have Orion with the password of password. So we may be able to remina. Well, now I got to add him to the remote desktop users, right? I want to add him to remote desktop and also add user services, add user to RDP group. I want to add him to administrators and remote desktop group through Windows command line. Remote desktop group. Oh, say I know I have it. I mean, I have all this stuff. There we go. That's the delete one. It's probably just /add, huh? Yep. There we go. Ryan, add, and then I think I just say administrators, like right here, or domain administrators. That completes successfully. Okay. And I think I just do like domain administrators, like right there, something like that. Depending on what they have over here, but I should be able to do like administrator group, or do they have domain administrator? Okay, so that group does not exist, like right there. What about domain admin? Ooh, I wonder if it's actually admin. Domain admin. Does that group exist? No, okay. Need to figure out what groups exist now. Add a user to administrator group. Add user to admin group. Is it just admin? Administrators. Okay, net local group. Administrators Ryan add. Let's try that. Okay, so now I'm an administrator also. So now I should be able to actually do a. Let's actually see if I can actually run set payload. Okay, let's see if I can actually do something like this. Set SMB user to Ryan. Set SMB pass to password. Let's try to run that. Am I in PowerShell right now? Can I do like a wget? I did that. What are you about to say? Hey, wget's not a command. Or just saying, hey, I'm super confused about what you want me to do. It didn't say a wget wasn't a command, now did it? Can we do like a wget? Can I? Let's go into a Python TACM. We're just try this like real quick. Config, and we'll go ahead and grab that. Let's want to try boom 888 / we'll do user list .text. Okay. And I want to see, does it actually get it? I'll watch up here. Okay, so it did get that. So if I do a dir, is it in there now? It got it. Am I not allowed to put something in there? CD and a C temp, right? Is that what it's called? Or is it like C drive program files temp? Windows, I think it is. Whoops. Okay, so now we're in temp. HTTP 888 / yep, whatever, it doesn't matter. See if it gets it, and then see if it actually drops it into there. Status code 200. Okay, content is that. Alright. But why does it say? Oh, do I have to actually save it to something? So I can save it to like creds.txt? Do I do something like that? And then it actually saves it? And what if I do like creds.txt? Can I do it like that? Type cred.txt. Is that going to be a thing now? Okay, it is. So can I now MSF Venom TAC-P Windows Shell Reverse DCP go ahead and change this up to 10.13.26.184. Say TAC-F. It's going to be an executable. We'll call it shell.exe. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this just because I think it's going to be caught immediately. We could try. I mean, it'll be fun to try. Let's go ahead and use exploit multi-handler. Set the payload to Windows/x64 shell reverse TCP. Set the L host to myself. Set the L port to 4444. Let's go ahead and do this guy. We'll call him shell.exe. And he's going to go ahead and get that shell.exe. And then we'll try to run that thing. Oh, run. Whoopsie daisy. Command found. How do we run something from PowerShell? Run. How to run executable from PowerShell. I don't care about with parameters. I just want to kind of just run it. Run executable with PowerShell. It's like that. This is shell. Oh wait, is this like where I have to do the period? Not running it. This is like period slash. Do I do that like right there? Shell.exe even in here. Shell.exe is in here. Can I do a change mode plus X for shell.exe? Is that like a thing with PowerShell? No, of course not. PowerShell is such a pain. Can I go to command prompt? Okay, there we go. Alright. I also want to just go to command prompt and not PowerShell. Command prompt. Can I do a command prompt shell.exe? Can I do something like that? I want to stay in command prompt. I don't even want to be in PowerShell anymore. Start process. I'll do that. Start process. Start process of shell.exe. Okay, I got no idea. Go ahead and go with Remina. Let's try remote desktop in. 10.10.1.101. Username will say Ryan, password. So I think I am part of remote desktop group. We'll try going to C, and that should be part of administrators also, so should be able to hop like right in here. Should. And it looks like I am. Not how slow it's going to be though. But we'll try. Try our best, right? We'll try our best. We will try. Alright, let's see here. Let's go into C drive. Let's see. File Explorer. This PC, it's actually moving pretty quick. We're supposed to do a lot of stuff in here. C drive, Windows, temp, continue. So you don't have permission. Continue. Okay, you have permission. Thanks. Shell. Watch over here. Oh, is it not a 64-bit? It must not be a 60. Whoopsie daisy. It must not be a 64-bit. Let's go ahead and actually change this out then. MSF Venom. So shell reverse DC. Maybe that's why I was having so many problems. Shell 1.exe. Our L host is actually going to be 10.13.26.184. We'll keep that same L port, and we'll do it like that, and then we'll try to go ahead and do another wget over here. So we'll start that Python server again. We'll do a wget again for 10.13.26.184. Probably should do some more recon first, and actually, you know, and we're going to say that to shell 1.exe. Probably should do some more recon first and actually saw is this 32-bit or 64-bit or what type of Windows is it, all that good stuff. What happened? Oh, 8888. Yeah, of course, can't find it. Okay, and he went ahead and got that. Cool. So I should actually be able to see it in here now. Shell 1. This app cannot run. Is it because it's a server? Is that why? What's going on here? Why can't it run? I don't know. Try manage servers. Yeah, okay. Let's hop into the firewall, see what we got going on here. Maybe real-time protection's on? Might be able to shut that down. Maybe something like that. Hey, stop. It's moving slow now. Alright. I'm going to click on it. Wait. Firewall. Wait. For it. Windows Defender Firewall Advanced Security. File Explorer. Windows Defender Firewall. Bam. And then from here we're also going to go ahead and we're going to look at oh boy. Or it's because it's in temp that I can't run it. Or if that's why. Let's see if you can see that users Ryan desktop. Alright, that should be a thing, right? Wget that guy. Shell 1.exe. So these guys are all off. Incoming connection, block all connections to app that are not listening to us. But that's off. Okay, so I did turn all those off. Let's go ahead and check out real-time protection. My son just woke up also, so good thing I'm just messing around like right now. Real-time protection. Where the heck is real-time protection? I know it's in here somewhere. I always forget where it's at. Restore advanced settings, maybe? Maybe it's in here. I always tell him chill out. He's having a blast. If we can't get this guy to work, that's okay though, because we're just having fun now. That's not what I wanted. Change notification settings. Restore defaults, troubleshoot my network, security and maintenance, network and sharing center. I know there's another place that we can actually go, and it's for real-time protection. Flash player. Oh God. Alright. I'm not seeing what I want to see in here, I don't think. Security and maintenance security. I think we're also using Windows 7 like right here. UAC, user access control is on. Okay, maintenance. Port problems. Maintenance in progress. Drive status, device software. Change user account access control settings. Notify me. Okay, never notify me. I can actually see if this guy's actually being picked up like right now. So we're in remote desktop right now. We can actually see, is he actually being picked up whenever we try to do a something with him up here. Search for PSEXEC, use 10, show options. So that's what we have, right? Let's go ahead and set the Smb domain to spookysec.local. Alright, and let's go ahead and run it again. We'll go ahead and run that. Hop back over into here. I'm just going to try to watch both these guys. I'm not really seeing much in here. Always on top. I'm going to set as the Windows shell reverse TCP, okay? I'm not seeing anything happen over here, but we're still not getting a session. Just want to set the payload to Windows shell reverse TCP like that. Let's go ahead and try to run that. Seems like this thing does not want to connect back to us, which is okay. We got through WinRM, so that is okay. Just wondering why. I feel like it has something to do with that 4444. I feel like if we picked a normal port, let's go ahead and set the L port 443. We'll run that again. Let's try something like that. Guy's doing something down here. I don't know what, but he's doing something. Let's go ahead and do a... We should now have on my desktop actually that shell1.exe, which is probably going to say it can't be ran on this computer, probably because this guy... What are you? Computer... It's like computer management or something like that, right? Control panel computer... Can we right click? No, okay. Computer management. What are we running here? What am I, /priv or /priv? I always forget. Oh, jeez Louise. We got a lot of privileges here. Holy Jesus. We could actually probably get an NC system authority pretty easily here. But yeah, we could probably do a lot here. We can impersonate privileges. We can probably got print spoofer in here, but that's impersonate privileges. Probably bypass UAC. We can do a lot of stuff in here. So I'm gonna finish up with this guy. For some reason I'm not getting him over here. That's okay. Logged in users. I wonder what this one is. I don't think I ever really used that one. The PSH one? Use 11. I'm going to show options. That was for PowerShell, huh? Apple juice?
What?
Apple juice?
Oh no, I can do
Hey, bud. Alright, well, try quite a few different things, so that's going to be it for today. Alright, and well, you never know, you might be able to find something else, you might be able to see something that I wasn't noticing, things like that, and hop in that way. There's probably a way to be able to get in there through my exploit. There's our impact, like right there actually. Secrets dump, WMI exec, we always try that. Oh, that's for a scan, never mind. But, alright, you guys have a good one. Hopefully you liked this video, hopefully you taught something on it. And yeah, I will talk to everyone later.